So if you saw one of the following women, would you be confident enough to walk over and talk to her, or would you fear being rejected? Alright, if you saw this woman here, would you have the confidence to walk over and talk to her and not be afraid of being rejected? Alternatively, if it's a girl that you know through your social circle, there's a girl that you have a crush on, you really like her, would you have the confidence to ask her out? Would you have the confidence to move in for a kiss, or would you be afraid of being rejected by her? So if you're one of the guys who feels that fear of rejection when you're around women that you like, see if any of these secret reasons for feeling the fear of rejection apply to you. Number one, he doesn't feel good enough for women that he finds attractive. One of the reasons why a guy will develop that belief about himself and then begin to develop a fear of being rejected is that he will notice that women don't react to him in the same way that he reacts to women. When he sees a woman, he feels a lot of attraction. In some cases, it's an overwhelming level of attraction for her physical appearance, and he is immediately interested in something happening. But he then notices that women don't react to him in that kind of way. And in some cases, a guy can start to think that he's not attractive, right? He's this guy who wants women and they don't want him. Yet he simply doesn't realize that women don't react to men in the same way that men react to women. It's not a woman's role to walk through the world and see a guy wearing shorts and say, oh, look at the hair on those legs, right? Or see a guy wearing a t-shirt and think, oh, look at his chest. Yeah, I want to get that t-shirt off and see his chest. All right? When men see women wearing a short skirt, we will look at her legs because we're very attracted and focused on the physical. It's just the way that men are wired. And if we see her wearing a top where we can see the shape of her boobs, we'd like to see her without that top on, right? We'd like to see those boobs. Now, that doesn't mean that men are bad and women are good and innocent and so forth. Instead, the sexual pursuit area of a man's brain is 2.5 times larger than it is in a woman's brain. Meaning that we are designed for the sexual pursuit. Women aren't designed to pursue us and try to get sex. Additionally, when a man looks at a woman's breasts, it's not because he's a bad man or anything like that. Instead, our brains are wired to look out for women who are fully developed and fertile. Even if we don't want to have sex with the woman or don't want to make her pregnant, of course, it's the wiring of a man to be on the lookout for fertile women. It's just the way that it works. Now, it doesn't mean that a woman will never react to a guy's physical appearance. Sometimes, if a guy's very good looking, women will turn and say, that guy is handsome or whatever. That does happen, but for the most part, you will see women go through the world and they will have a completely different reaction to men. It will be almost as though men don't even exist. It'll be like the woman is not even interested in men. Yet men look at women and turn their heads, like, check her butt out, right? If she's got a top that shows a bit of cleavage, look at that cleavage. And of course, it's not always that obvious. Sometimes guys get a nice sneaky look in where they're just looking around and take a quick look at her cleavage and then look back to where they're looking. But essentially, you just have to understand that you should never think that you're not worthy of women because you feel so much attraction for them, but they don't seem to feel the same way about you, right? They don't seem to react to you in the way that you react to them. There are so many reasons why women don't react to men in the same way that men react to women. And to mention a couple of them, if a woman were to walk through the world and see a guy that she likes and say, oh, hello, how are you doing? You know, you want to get it on sort of thing. The guy is almost certainly going to think, hang on, what's wrong with this woman? She seems a bit slutty. She would most likely be untrustworthy in a relationship. What's she up to here? All right, what's she trying to get? That's not how women behave. Additionally, because most men will happily have sex with a woman once and not even want to have sex with her again, if a woman were to meet a guy who wasn't showing her interest and she showed lots of interest in him, he would almost certainly sleep with her. And once he has slept with her, then he doesn't really need to do anything anymore. So she would then just be used by guys who want to have sex with her once or twice or whatever. And finally, if a woman were to make it obvious that she liked a guy and wanted something sexual to happen, if the guy wasn't confident and was actually an insecure guy who was needy and clingy and so forth, then she would be giving a chance to a guy who is insecure, needy and clingy, and he would then almost certainly behave in that way in a relationship and become protective and controlling and possibly even a bit abusive because he's trying to control her and make sure that he doesn't lose her. So there are many more reasons I could talk about, but essentially a woman will wait for you to have the confidence to talk to her and the interest level in her to talk to her, and then the confidence to continue the interaction and move it forward as well as the interest in her to continue the interaction and move it forward, rather than going through the world offering herself to guys. Because if she offers herself to guys, most guys will happily have sex with her once or twice or even for a few months or whatever, and then just break up with her. Or she'll end up attracting guys who aren't confident and end up becoming insecure, needy, clingy, and controlling in a relationship. So the next secret reason why a man will fear being rejected by women is that he worries that other people will find out that he got rejected and then negatively judge him because of it. The reality of life is that people are going to judge you regardless of what you do, right? If a guy doesn't ever talk to women and just keeps to himself, people may judge him and say that he's a creepy weirdo, he's a loner, he's possibly a stalker sort of guy or whatever. If a guy is very active with women and he's sleeping with lots of women, some people will say, oh, he's a player, he's a playboy, and so forth. People are going to judge you either way. But the reality is that if you're a normal, confident, good guy and you talk to a woman in a normal way, where you're just being confident, being a bit charming, adding in some humor and so forth, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just being a normal, confident, good guy who is making women feel attracted. And as a result, women are going to feel attracted to you. You're going to start sleeping with women, dating women, and so forth. And you will be judged by some people. That's just the reality of it, right? Some people will say, oh, he was with Susan last month and now he's with Jenny. And I heard he's also been sleeping with Michelle. And, like, what are they going to do? Are they going to be jealous? They're going to have a little bit of a gossip or whatever? It's not a problem. Now, going back to the secret fear where the guy is worried that if he gets rejected, people are going to find out about it and then negatively judge him because of it. That can happen if the guy is trying really hard to pick women up, right? But the style of pickup, the style of attraction that I teach is about being a naturally attractive guy. Right? It's more about being social and having interactions with women, just being charming, using some humor, being charismatic, being confident. And there's nothing to reject there. As a result, you're never a guy who's going out there, trying to pick up girls, like, I'm going to get some sort of thing. You're just a confident, easygoing, normal guy. And that's not something that anyone can negatively judge. Right? It's not something that you're going to get rejected for. Women are going to say, that guy was being a sleaze because he's normal and confident and charming, and I had a good time talking to him, and he didn't try to hit on me in a sleazy way. But it's just not going to happen. Instead, what happens is that when you interact with women in a confident way where you're being charming and charismatic and so forth, most of the women that you meet like you, and then if you know how to move things from one step to the next, you move in for a kiss, you start having sex, you have a relationship, and women want to be with you. The next reason why a man will often fear being rejected by a woman is that he fears feeling embarrassed in the moment in front of the woman if she reacts badly. So for example, a guy is talking to a girl that he has a crush on, but he's afraid that if he asks her out to lunch or invites her to go join him for a drink or invites her to do something with him on the weekend, that she might react badly in that moment. And he's then going to feel embarrassed because he's taken that chance. He's tried to ask her out, he's tried to move things forward, and she seems to be reacting badly. Yet the reality of life is that you have to risk it to get the biscuit, right? In most cases, a woman isn't going to sit there talking to you and say, pat you on the leg and say, hey, by the way, I like you, and if you want to start something sexual, let's do it. Right? She'll just continue talking to you, and she'll just have a chat and wait for you to make a move. And if you try to make a move and she reacts badly, it means that you haven't been making her feel attracted. It's simple as that. If a woman is attracted to a guy and she's single and she wants something to happen, then she's almost always going to react in a way that shows that she is approving of what's happening, that she is interested. And I say almost always because sometimes a woman is very confident and she only wants a boyfriend who is going to be more confident than her. A guy that can maintain his confidence regardless of how she's behaving, right? If she's not always being reassuring and patting him on the back and showing that she's interested and she likes him, he can still remain confident. So sometimes a woman won't show lots of interest and show that she is keen when a guy attempts to move things to the next level. Sometimes she'll play a bit coy. She'll hold her cards to her chest, right? She will wait and see how he's going to react. In other cases though, if you have attracted the woman and then you ask her out for a drink or you invite her out for a coffee or you put your arm around her and so forth, you move in for a kiss, she's going to react positively because she's attracted to you and she's single and she wants a lover, boyfriend or husband. Another reason why a man will fear being rejected by women is that he worries that he'll lose even more confidence if he gets rejected. So he already doesn't have much confidence around women he feels attracted to as it is. And if he now takes the chance of asking a girl out that he finds attractive and she says no, that might destroy his confidence even more. So he doesn't want to risk it. Right? And as a result, he fears that rejection, because if he gets that rejection, it can result in him feeling more insecure, right? Losing more self-esteem. And that just seems too risky to him. Now, the thing is, if a guy doesn't have much confidence and he tries to ask a girl out and she rejects him, it's understandable that he's then going to lose more confidence. And the only way to prevent the rejection from happening is to be 100% certain about how to attract women when you're interacting with them. So you never put yourself in a situation where you're interacting with a woman and you don't even know if she's feeling attracted, right? You're just talking to her and you're hoping that she likes you. Don't do that. As a man, you must be able to make women feel sexual attraction for you. You must be able to do that, because women are different to men. In most cases, a man will happily have sex with a woman if she's decent looking, even if it's just once or twice. But women aren't like that. A woman wants to feel attracted and know that you're not going to be a needy, clingy sort of boyfriend, that you are a guy who has confidence around her. You're a guy who is able to interact with her and make her feel sparks of attraction based on you being charming, charismatic, funny, or masculine, or socially intelligent. You must be able to create feelings of sexual attraction inside of a woman so she sees you as a potential lover, boyfriend, or even husband. If a guy is able to do that, it doesn't mean that he's going to pick up and sleep with every woman that he talks to, because sometimes he's just not going to be compatible with some of the women that he meets. But in all cases, because he knows how to make women feel sexually attracted to him, they are going to feel sexual sparks for him. That private sexual connection is going to be there. When a guy has that ability, he doesn't worry about the occasional women that he meets here and there that he doesn't really feel compatible with, right? He just focuses on making women feel sexual attraction, and when he comes across a woman that he's compatible with, he moves it forward to a kiss or to having sex or to starting a relationship. Now, before I give you the final reason as to why a man will fear being rejected by a woman, I just want to mention that if you want to learn my best ever techniques on how to make women feel attracted to you as soon as you start talking to them and make the woman want you, make her contribute to the conversation, make her want to go to the next level with you, and you also know exactly what to do to initiate physical touch, to initiate a kiss, and to initiate sex or to get her on a date, then I recommend that you read my ebook, The Flow, or listen to the audiobook version. The Flow is the easiest way to get laid or get a girlfriend. It's how to flow from one step to the next with a woman that you find attractive. So the final reason why a man will fear being rejected by a woman is that he worries that the woman will think he's a weirdo, a creep, or a sleaze for even trying. Here's the thing though. Women know that it's the man's role to approach a woman. Women know that it's the man's role to ask a woman out. Women know that they prefer, when a guy has the confidence and interest level in them, to approach them and ask them out. Right? Women know that, but they can't go around showing that. They can't go around making that obvious. Because if a woman goes around making it obvious that she wants to be approached, like she goes out to a bar and starts waving at guys and winking at all the guys in there are going to think that she's slutty, right? Guys in there are going to think, what's wrong with this girl? Now, some guys watching might think it would be great if women did that, but it's just not something that women have ever done, and probably not something that women will ever do. The male-female human mating dance just doesn't work like that. So don't ever think that you're a creep, a sleaze, a weirdo, you're being too forward and so forth for actually taking on your natural role as a man that women know about and they appreciate and they want. Right? As long as you're being a normal, confident guy and you can walk over and make the woman feel attracted, you're actually doing the woman a bit of a favor, because she's getting a chance to meet a guy who can potentially become her lover, boyfriend, or husband. Right? You're not taking anything from her. Right? You're giving her an opportunity, and you and her are going to share something amazing together if you become boyfriend and girlfriend, or husband and wife, or even just lovers. So if you see a woman that you like, don't think that you're a bad person for talking to her. And if there's a girl that you like in person, don't think that you're a weirdo or being too forward, being a sleazy, creepy guy for asking her out or for moving in for a kiss. If she's feeling attracted to you, if she likes you, then she's going to be happy that you had the confidence and interest level in her to make a move.